Hello, degenerates. Welcome to a bonus episode of Monster Mates where we don't actually talk about a monster girl in particular this time. We're going to just be going off of a different topic that involves monster girls still.
Absolutely. Eventually, we will run out of Monster Girls, so we gotta start making different episodes about other things about Monster Girls.
Yes, and sometimes we don't have enough time to get an artist to work on episodes, so we still need content for you lovely degenerates.
Exactly. So that's what this episode is. While the artists are doing God's work. So today's episode is about video games.
Yes. As has been mentioned before in bonus episodes, me and Spencer both very much love video games. So, as probably a bunch of you possibly know, there are hentai games. Not just the visual novel style based or even the classic honey pop style. There's also a more different variety of 2D action adventure side-scrolling games, which feature monster girls. The basic component of that is that you play as random, either male or female protagonist, RPG warrior person, and you have to go do the thing. And
Do the thing.
And in between you and the thing, there's a bunch of monster girls that want to bang you. But you can't let that happen for whatever contrived reason in the story.
Losing the game feels more like winning the game, honestly.
And that's why whenever you get defeated by these monster girls, you get a bonus sex scene with them as your game over. There's a bunch of different things like this, both indie and I think there's like a couple that are double A.
I don't know the names of a lot of them, but I've seen the videos of them where it's like a beat 'em up fighting game, and then all of a sudden they get enough, they lose enough HP for like a special animation to happen.
Yes.
On top of that, there's the visual novels that do it as well, where if you chose the wrong choice in the visual novel,
bad end.
and you're like, oh, I'm gonna go help this person over here, and then you're like, well, that led to your death.
Yes, or you could get bad ends for the girls that you're trying to go with. Say Euphoria, or I can't think of another one actually.
I can't think of what it is. So all I'm trying to say is this is all this episode is just us nerding about what kind of games can incorporate monster girls in,
and how that would apply into the hentai genre.
Because I feel like RPGs are already kind of there, right?
For the most part, yes.
For the most part, like you got Mass Effect for one. Now, given that's not a complete monster girls, but they're aliens, you know.
Yeah.
They're monsteristic in their own way, depending on who you bang.
Lest we forget the the popular. Oh goodness, what year did it come out? 2013, 2015? Popular mod for the original Doom called H-Doom.
What?
Yeah, oh, you don't know about this. Boy. Okay, so the H-Doom mod completely transformed the original Doom game into where, basically when you defeat a monster, much like the 2016 Doom, there is a moment for you to execute the monster girls. But instead of killing them, you get to see a little interesting sprite pixel scene of Doom guy going at it with that monster girl until finish.
Now, my question is, do you just is your goal to fire like dildos out of the BFG?
Unfortunately, that is not the case. You still use regular guns and whatnot.
I see.
But there's no blood.
Did they change it to imp girls or like snake girls or?
Yep. They are all anthropomorphized into monster girls.
Okay. So I don't know. My whole thing is I feel like RPGs are already thinking like Mass Effect, and then you have
Scrim.
freaking Skyrim You also have I'm trying to remember the other BioWare game.
Dragon Age.
Dragon Age. And you can have sex with the monsters in that one. And honestly, most people, whenever they talk about Mass Effect and then banging the other people, they're like, "Oh, did you bang the humans?" Everyone goes, "Nah, I went for the alien."
I went for Liara, the Asari, or Garen.
Tali.
Yeah, Garen, Tali, whatever.
Everyone goes for them. Garen, Garrus.
Garrus, you're right. What was I? Oh, I was thinking of I was thinking of Mortal Kombat, I think.
Oh, got it. Everyone goes for them. Even Melina, people love Melina.
Yeah.
She's a freaking monster. Did you see what that mouth do?
Not in the live action movie that's going to be coming out.
Oh, is she in it?
Yeah, but she ain't got that mouth though.
Well, but that's the whole point. What do you mean? That's her whole thing.
Yeah, well, not in the movie.
That's what gets us rocking. That's what gets us going.
That's how she's able to perform 3 blowjobs at once.
It's really impressive.
It really is. But yeah, so we're gonna be talking about how this can be incorporated into different video game genres. As mentioned already, you horny RPG players have already got that down pat for the most part. Cyberpunk, Fallout New Vegas, Scrim, Oblivion.
Cyberpunk doesn't really count.
Which one doesn't count?
Cyberpunk.
Well, yeah, true. But you can't even see your own junk in the sex cutscene, so meh.
Yeah.
Meh.
Yeah. I think one thing I'm kind of tired of seeing is all the hentai games literally copying Honey Pop.
Yeah.
Like me and Trevor both love Honey Pop, but like all the games where it's like the sex games or whatever with monster girls are literally just really badly done Honey Pop clones.
There's also a different hentai game subseries. One that I particularly subscribe to is Deep Space Waifu, which is a bullet hell Galaga like, where you have to okay, so basically the main gameplay is that you have to, with your spaceship, shoot the clothes off of the PNG in the background while also fighting off
at that point,
enemies.
I'd rather just do the PNG. I would just rather look at the PNG online.
But you need, if you wanted to, but if you also want to have some fun Galaga-esque shooty hell bullets, then do that.
That's fair. I guess I'm not much of a Galaga guy.
I love Galaga. It's so fun.
I would imagine, like, beat-em-ups are definitely where I've seen it, like, most experimented, where if you fail to kill, like, the monster that killed you, then you just get a really detailed pixel sex scene with your character and the other one.
Okay, so I have a question, Spencer. To really get this train on the roll here. We talked about it, like, slightly in the Mimic Girl episode, but what would Dark Souls be like if it was an H game?
Everyone's Guinevere. Every single one of
them. Not what I meant, but okay.
Oh.
What would the gameplay be like?
Oh! What would the gameplay be?
Because I have a disposition. Not a
me.
disposition. I have an idea.
I know
my idea is that what's it? So each enemy in Dark Souls has each enemy in Dark Souls is weak to something. It's either to blunt, to sharp, to fire, to magic, to lightning, to faith, whatever, yeah? Mm-hmm. But how about we transform those damage types into fetishes? Blunt would probably be rough. Dexterity or sharp would probably be...
what would the gameplay even be at that point? You're just smacking someone with like a whip? But it's already a Dark Souls game. It's already...
Well, yeah, that, but I'm saying right before you... Okay, so you could do that, but if you're a super skilled Dark Souls player, you backstab them, and instead of backstabbing, you get a little fun cutscene with whatever weapon you have.
Oh, that'd be fun. Although I feel like the game would never end because it would just keep going on forever because of all the animation.
Well, yeah, that's why you gotta shorten it.
Gotta shorten the
Yeah,
game.
you gotta shorten it to at least show the monster girl or what have you coming or whatever.
You know what I thought was, we're talking about this. I think a rhythm game would be fun.
That would be interesting. Like, okay.
I think, like, the more you fail, the more her clothes fall off, but you want to do good, but you get rewarded for...
I was about to say, you should have it to where the better you do, the more her clothes fall off. You're impressing her.
I guess, but, like, I feel like when you, like, she gets, you know what? Maybe like a rhythm fighting game. So like you're both doing kind of like Friday Night Funkin', but like the better you do, the more clothes on them fall.
Yeah, exactly.
That sounds like fun.
Then you have your obvious. Hold on, I'm gonna keep talking, Spencer. I'm gonna look up something real quick.
All right, sounds good. But I think that would be really interesting. Like if anyone's ever seen the like I've never played the Hatsune Miku games or whatever, but I know of them. I've played the Persona games, the rhythm Persona games, which are really good, but they're probably simplistic for a lot of people because they're not as crazy. But I think the idea of fighting the person in front of you while they're doing combos at the same time you're doing it, and then the AI messes up, and then you punish them, and then their clothes explode off. I think that concept should be explored. I think that would be a lot of fun and be really cool to
And
see.
if you get a perfect score, they just orgasm immediately.
Then you get the sexy with them.
Okay, so...
And then you play the mini game.
Yes. Okay, so the thing that I wanted to give a special shout out to is an indie game called Strip Poker Night at the Inventory. For those of you who are aware of the Steam game Poker Night... which, depending on which one you have, one or two, has a variety of different characters, and you get to play poker with them. This has a similar idea, but it's strip poker, and it's not Texas Hold'em, it's regular poker. So, and this particular one, Strip Poker Night at the Inventory, or Spinati, for short, has a lot of different characters.
I looked it up, Trevor, and what the fuck?
What?
The picture just has the has the fucking Joker from the movie on both sides, and I'm like, oh, it's one of these.
There's a bunch of different. There's a bunch.
Oh, it's not.
What?
I just read. I think they did a parody of it for April.
Yeah,
Fool's. It's not Strip Poker Night. It's Strip Joker.
Yeah, it is. It is. They're doing an April. They're doing an April Fool's event where you get to sex the Pot of Greed, Mega Mix from Crash Bandicoot, Derpina from Rage Comics, Sans from Undertale's a sex toilet from Better Call Saul. Yeah, there's right now there's a lot of joke characters, but usually there's actually a lot of great characters. And if you scroll down there, Spencer, you will actually see some of those actual characters. Like Jesse from Honey Pop, Palutena from Kid Icarus, Shantae from the Shantae series, Jerry from Street Fighter, lots and lots and lots of character. And again, for those wanting to know, it is Strip Poker Night at the Inventory, or Spinati for short. It's very, very good if you like poker, and if you like epilogue sex scenes with different characters. There you go. I highly encourage you check it out.
I'll probably check it out myself, honestly.
Yeah. A lot of fun, and
because it looks memey enough to be fun.
Yes. Plus, you can learn how to play poker. That's not Texas Hold'em.
I don't know how to play poker. So.
Yeah. Well, it won't be Texas Hold'em. It'll just be regular poker. Which, personally, I like regular poker more than Texas Hold'em. Because I'm better at it.
Well, I mean, obviously, you want to play the game you're better at.
Yes. But anyways, so there's that.
No, what's a character action game? Trevor mentioned this one earlier. Like a character action, like imagine Bayonetta, but you control like a snake girl.
Yeah.
I would play the fuck out of that. Like I already love the XCOM game where you can control like the snake girl and then the other aliens as well.
Yes.
and just having the ability to do that as well, and being like, hey, I have a character action game where I can play as a sexy snake lady, sounds awesome. I'm surprised it's not a thing.
Yeah.
I can't believe it's
I
not
can
a
just
thing.
imagine an XCOM game where it's like the way to defeat your enemy is to get them to orgasm.
XCOM 3 orgasm
Oh
unknown.
goodness.
Yeah.
XCOM 3 Operation Libido.
Mission fail. We'll get him next time.
Oh goodness. That'd be a lot of fun though.
That'd be really cool. I can't think of like genres that it wouldn't work for. Like I can't see it actually working for an XCOM game, like the strategic thing. I can't see it. Well, maybe.
Yeah,
Maybe.
you would have to make it in a way that would be way more close quarters for everyone. That is the only way you would be able to do that kind of genre as an H game. You get what I mean? Because you
I
have
gotcha. I get what you're saying.
because you have to incapacitate them somehow, and it's not going to be through a gun. Well, it could be, but that would defeat the purpose.
It would.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like if someone like a snake girl just tongues one of your guys away from your team into like not next to an exploding car, mind you, but then just starts having her way with him as you're trying to fight your way to him.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, I gotcha. And then the mind control stuff could also come into play.
Yes.
I think like a lot of that kind of stuff in video games is fun, and I feel like there's a lot of doujin with Monster Girls, but there's not a lot of like overall anime and manga with Monster Girls that don't just lead into like hentai stuff, even though we are literally all hentai.
Yeah.
But I feel like, you know what I mean? Like I feel like obviously our entire thing is for degenerates.
Mm-hmm.
But I also feel like because I can think of I haven't seen the
Monster Musume.
Monster Musume yet. I haven't seen it yet. I need
You
to.
need to watch.
I call myself. I know. I do a podcast all about Monster Girls and I haven't seen it.
Well, to be fair, I haven't seen the
Monster
Yep,
Doctor.
Monster Doctor.
Yeah, and I haven't seen there's another one. It's like Interview with Monster Girls,
Yes.
where there's like that headless girl.
Yeah, the Dullahan.
Those are the only things I could think of that like even then those two aren't fully wholesome.
Yeah.
So I feel like video games just need to be braver and step it up a bit more, right?
Yeah.
Because it doesn't have to come out swinging with here's all the hentai games, I feel like, hey, here's a cool, fun where you can play Monster Girls, like a character action game.
Yeah,
right?
and thankfully, Steam is much more lenient on H games now, so hey, that's a perfect platform for that.
I agree. Like it would okay, top 3 genres you want to see Monster Girls
That
in.
I want to see Monster Girls in. Oh goodness. Fighting games.
Just genres. You don't have to go into specifics.
Yep, fighting games. FPS and asymmetrical games.
I was gonna say fighting games, but I'll pick another 3 that I want to see. I want to see them in a rhythm game.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see that really bad. I want to see them in a character action game.
Okay.
And I want to see them in like a horror game.
Ooh, that'd be interesting.
I want a horror game with Monster Girls.
That would be cool.
I'm horny and scared. I'm scaroused.
I mean, that there's literally a kink for that. It's called Predator and Prey. But yes.
I know.
Oh man.
It's a favorite of mine.
But yes. Trying to think. But yeah, I
think a horror game would be fucking funny. Like what you get the mimic girls, you get the snake girls, you get the you probably wouldn't get the whole okay, here's the thing. You go against the scarier girls as the more wholesome, like like you get to play as the Neko girl.
Yeah, you get to play as something basic.
Or would it be more fun to be a human?
It'd be more fun to be human, I think, overall, or literally give the players a choice, either or.
Yeah, do both.
Yeah, might as well.
Because I know there's choose your own adventure with like Monster Girls stuff like that.
Yep.
And there already exist beat 'em up games.
Good stuff. Those good stuff.
Yeah. And I found I don't think I ever talked to Trevor about this, but I did send Trevor after not this recording session, but the last one. I found a manga that was about monster girls fighting, and man, was that so like it was hentai without being hentai. It was literally interspecies reviewer levels.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
did you read it at all?
I
Trevor?
did. I have not yet, but I need to, especially. Yeah.
It goes there. It literally is just like oh.
Oh man, but also one more thing we can talk about.
Yeah.
What would roguelites be like?
Oh my god.
Okay, so let's take a game you were playing recently, Spencer. Hades. How would Hades be like as an H game?
I actually feel like that would be a pretty easy change. Everyone in Hades is already really hot.
Yeah.
Literally, they said, hey, let's make literally every character hot as hell.
Oh, yeah.
Like, all the characters are, like, you would leave all the characters alone, just have removable clothing. That's all we need to do with all the characters.
That, it's like literally, okay, so I imagine you go up to like... Meg. Meg, or another easy one, Aphrodite, right? You get a boon, but a boon in this case would be a sex act. It's like, oh,
that would be great, and then you get a scene for that sex act. Like, I imagine for gameplay wise, it'd be a really quick scene, but once here's what you do. You get a really quick scene, with getting the boon, and then once you finish the run. You get whatever boons you had, you get a more elaborated one with the ones that you finished with.
Okay, so what I was thinking of is that the more legendary the boon, the longer the scene goes for. It's like you get a legendary boon, you get like a good, like, I want to say like 15 seconds of whatever action Zagreus and whatever other god or goddesses doing.
I feel like for any of these projects, you'd have to get like one of those famous hentai artists that can just really draw.
Yeah, you would have to get someone really good for those.
Like you would literally just looking at it, it makes someone just go, "Oh."
Dude, I want that.
I want it too. I think it's literally an untapped market. Yeah.
Because people are afraid. They are cowards.
All right. Well, thank you everybody for listening to us rant about video games and Monster Girls.
Would your game of choice be that you could turn into an H game, and how do you think that would work?
And also I forgot to mention. Mods for like Fallout and stuff.
That's a thing. That is
for our one mutant guy.
I mean, that's a different thing we can touch on later. Because
we'll make a specific one for you.
What's it? Okay, I'm just gonna say this real quick. Okay, so there was a giant like campaign thing in Fallout New Vegas called The Frontier that had a lot of weird, creepy sex stuff in it. One of which you could just straight up have sex with a death claw.
All right, so let's talk about that really quick.
Yeah, okay, sure. Let's go. Hey.
Let's talk about it. Let's talk about death claw sex.
Yeah.
Why?
People are crazy. That's why. That thing would literally tear you to shreds with just a simple flick of their wrist.
I get the arousal of death. Oh, no, I don't. Wait. Let me rephrase that. I get the arousal of, like, the danger aspect,
yes,
right?
Predator and prey, yes.
Like, you are approaching your death kind of thing. But I personally am like, I don't want to die to a death claw by him or her literally ripping me in two.
Yep.
This does not sound pleasant.
It does not, but people who are into guro are crazy.
Is that what it's called? Guro?
Guro, yes. When there is not fun stuff involved, to put it mildly.
Mildly, got it. Because personally, I'm not super into that.
Yeah, no, I ain't either.
I get the idea of, like, hey, this is like oh, it's thrilling kind of thing, but as a whole, no.
Then just turn one more page and oops, amputation. Isn't that always fun?
It depends.
No, it doesn't depend.
Depends.
It really doesn't.
Here's the thing. I've seen like a hentai one where it was like magically kind of thing. Like it was like I've talked about this before. It was like misfortune.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, here's the thing, Spencer. That's different.
That's different.
That's different. I'm talking. You're getting to the good stuff, having some fun with this dojin. All of a sudden, character pulls out a saw and chops a girl's arm off.
Which dojin?
Not ones that I didn't really look at the tags for.
Oh no, you just saw the hot
I just saw the first couple of pages. And I'm like, yep, this is what I'm doing for the next 20 minutes.
Hey, this looks good. Oh,
and then
God,
it's like,
no.
oh no, this is awful. And now I check the tags whenever I
go back.
This is why I check the tags every time I go to N hentai.
Absolutely. Well, thank you everybody so much for listening. We had a lot of fun talking about video games and other stuff. If you guys want more episodes like this, where we just talk about stuff and talk about maybe manga or anime or whatever that we're doing or games or whatever, let us know in the comments down below, because obviously this is a monster focused channel, but if you guys just want us to talk about random anime, hentai, or video game stuff, we will do that.
Or even fetishes.
Whatever you guys whatever you guys are into, we'll do it.
I know there's one particular YouTuber that I like that has done 3 episodes on discussing fetishes. That was really fun. First episode was Fuda. That was really good. But anyways. Until then, stay tuned for the next episode.
Later, guys.